Welcome back to the second part of our tutorial. In this second stage, we are just going to create the spline upon which our railroad is going to follow, or is going to wrap upon. So without wasting time, let's jump and do that. I'm going to go in my top view and I'll select my Bezier tool, and then from there I just zoom out and I'll create a point there. I'll create a point, another one there, another one there, another one there, another one there, and then I'll grab my move tool, and then I'll try to just move them, or sort of align them accordingly, and move that, something like that, move it there, and then there, just adjust those, those points there, something like that. Just want to sort of create an okay. There, and then there. Okay, then I'll switch to my to the right view. Okay, the right view. Alright, I'll just switch to my perspective view so that I can see what I really want to do with these points. So first of all, I'm just going to come up here and say create a camera on this angle. Then next I'm going to go ahead and select my spline, and then just try to move the points on how I want them to be. I want this raised up just a bit, and then I want that one to be just down a bit, and I want to change to the front view, and then maybe select that point and move it to there, and then go ahead and see which point okay, that's the one. Alright, then I'll go back to the sorry the next time I'm going to go ahead and go to the perspective view, the camera, and then that to this view here, and maybe just move out of the camera and select that point and just move it up. Maybe those guys will be going up, something like that. And then front view, just move that angle, something like that, and move in there. Right, cool. I'm not going to spend much more time in tweaking all this. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now, and maybe just move this one down. Alright, cool. The next stage is to go ahead and group my cloner by simply going with the Alt G on the keyboard, and then I'm going to drop in a spline wrap and put it as a child of that group. And then next I'm going to select my spline wrap and drag in the spline in there. And in the next part, the next I'm going to orient that to +Z, and now you can see it's sort of following that spline, but then I will change the mode to keep length, and I'll go to my cloner and try to increase the cloner number and see what is happening. Alright, cool, everything is proper. I'll bring it back to 3, and now what I want to do is to sort of reduce the size of our cloner right there, the size of these. So I just grab my scale tool, and then just scale it down just a bit, and maybe even up to something like that. Oh, cool. Alright, Then move to my camera. Next, go to the cloner itself, the cloner properties, and increase that to this part whereby we are able to see it coming down there. Okay, next I'm going to edit the spline itself with the point mode. Then I'll grab some of these points right here and maybe just go to the front view. And I want to edit, at the meantime, I'm going to hide the cloner, and I want to edit that point, maybe even move it there, and do this dude right here, move him there, and maybe just something like that. View that point, and there. I think that would be cool. That would be alright. That's alright. Well, that's alright. Next, I'm just going to go ahead with the spline and change that to natural. Cool. And natural. Sorry, let me change it to adaptive. Sorry, natural. Okay, natural. That's fine. Then I'll increase that to 20 degrees, and then I'll try to move them. Try to move it there. You know, far from the reactor, and I will go ahead and move this point to be how I want them to be, and maybe I'll just switch that to 20. Okay, fine. Then I'll go to the railway itself and go to the cylinders, all cylinders. As you can see right now, the way they are looking, they're sort of not smooth, right? So how to fix that is to go to select those cylinders, the shift T key, and then go to the I think caps, segments, and then try to increase that, maybe do something like 10 of each. Let's see what that's done. That has done nothing. Okay, bring it back to 1, and then go back to the spline, and wow, okay, it's not looking good. Alright, I think I know the reason why. Okay, let's jump back to our cloner, and then deactivate the spline. Go in our top view, use the number to 3, and then try to zoom in and see what is happening. Okay, maybe increase that. Okay, reduce that to something like that. Cool. And then go to our perspective view, and okay, cool, and then activate our spline, and then increase the count, to something like that. Come here, and then I'll go to my render settings, and lock ratio, and then just go ahead with the HDTV and put that to 1280, and go back and see how it is looking like. Next is to maybe try just try to edit the spline point again. This time around, I'm going to edit this point. Sorry, I think go ahead and deactivate this and just edit the spline. Maybe put it a bit in, pull it in, just that as well, and come back to the front view, and then maybe even just zoom out a bit. Yeah. Alright, I don't like this, but still I think what we can do is just to leave it like that. Really, we can spend all day looking at this, what is wrong and what is not right, and just waste our time anyway. so I'll just leave it to something like that, and then I'll just move it to something like that there, and these two move out. Cool. Alright. Next I'm going to switch to the perspective view, and I'm just going to leave it like that. And next I'm going to try and texture I'm going to try and create the liquid inside. So I'll draw down here, select the top part, go to polygon mode, and select that polygon up there, and then next I'm going to extrude it, Ctrl Z, extrude it while creating caps. So we extrude it, do something like that, maybe just move it down, and then next I'm going to select the object mode and just try to move the entire thing as an object downwards, and then after I'm going to and parent this from the now, maybe put it there, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a random effector. First of all, I'm just going to group that in its own group. That's the now tool. I'm going to name this as the liquid. Hey, okay. I'm going to name liquid. So I'm going to go ahead with the effector, and I'll add it to the liquid, and then I will go ahead with the random effector and go to the sorry, where do we go? Deformer, go to point. Then after going to point, you can see that it's kind of not looking good at all. I don't know what has happened there, but I think we can fix that. So we go back to the random thing and go ahead with the random mode to noise, and with that, let's try to hit play. It's kind of, yeah, that's what we're trying to create. So what I'm going to do is to set it back to frame that one, and then maybe just unparent it first, and then go to the top part and go to the go to the polygon mode, and then I'll just say select that polygon and say Control A, that's to select all parts of the polygon. Then I'll go ahead with the knife tool, and with the knife tool selected, I'm going to go ahead with a loop. So I will kind of be looping there, just just cutting around there, sort of creating I wish I made a cube, really, and then just going ahead with that. Go ahead and just cut it, just cut that. I think there as well. There, whatever, just cut it. Anyway, just create something like more like this, but the easier way is to just create a cube and then create the segments and all that. But anyway, I've already made it, so what's the point? Okay, fine. Then what I'm going to do is go out and drop the random effector back, and there we go. We have something like that going in. So when we hit play, we do have some sort of liquid, only that sort of stronger. So what we can do is to go in the deformer, maybe reduce that to 5 by 5, and maybe when you hit play, it's just going to move decently. It's going to show that it's some liquid actually, sort of moving up and down there. Maybe if we try to increase that to maybe 10 by 10, by 10, and then maybe you can see some actual liquidity moving there. So cool, we have something moving, and the next thing to do is to actually I'll go ahead and select my liquid thing and hit pause back, and I'll just move it and maybe just up a bit to something like that. Okay, cool. So we have our liquid going on there. I think the next part is just to go ahead and maybe create a plane, and I'm just going to align it in my front view. Just going to align it to something like that there. Just moving a bit and then create it to something like that. Cool. And then the next part is that we can see that our spline is sort of misbehaving there, so I'm going to sort of go ahead into point mode, and try to maybe move it to something like that, and just go ahead. Then I have to activate my cloner as well, and then I can see what is going on. Yeah, move it, move that point just a bit, and this down just one up a bit. Yeah, something like that. Okay, cool. Anyway, since we are not going to be looking at the other part and all that, it's just more like a texture background, so we can just leave it like that. The next thing is to sort of like create a background for that. So I'm going to create a material for our background sorry, and then I'm going to sort of alright, I'm just going to go ahead in the browser back, and then I'll go with the visualize, and I think was it materials, it wasn't there, objects, not there. Yep. Okay, I think it's in the studio. Is it the prime? And then we have materials. I think that's what we're looking at, backgrounds. And then I'm looking for something a bit more like. All right. I'm just going to make that one, and then I'll come back and say fine, the background. And sorry, not the spline, but the floor. So the floor, dude, can you move there? And then maybe if I try to hit render and see what the heck is going on there, just have that. All right, the next thing to do, I think I'll just go with the easier way to do it. The easy way is that you need the Grayscale Gorilla HDRI. You need the Grayscale Gorilla HDRI text pack, which I think you can find the links on my blog as well. So I'm going to make this, and then maybe just pull it down to the ground level, where I wanted the other one to be. So I'll go ahead and I deleted those. Okay, okay. Then I'll go to, sorry about that, I was kind of confused. Yeah, so I'll go to the right view, and then I'll move the plane there to something like that, zoom in, and then I'll put it to there. And then I'll go to the perspective view, and then try to view it at that angle, something like that, and try to hit render and see what is going on. That's what I wanted. I wanted something like that. Alright, cool. I think we're getting somewhere else here. So the next thing is to see some shadowing. So we're going to go ahead with the effect, ambient occlusion, and then when you try to hit the render again, it's going to look a bit quite different from, it's going to look a bit realistic. So that's how it's going to look like. So without wasting time, I'm just going to go ahead and say let's go ahead with the texturing. So I'm going to select my my cube right here, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to sort of go ahead with the yeah, I'm going to select my cube there, object mode. So I'm going to go in my browser, and then the materials. I'm going to go with the visualize. And by the way, you can find the visualize, that's if you're using the Cinema 4D studio version. And so I'm going to go in the material. I'm going to go ahead into metal, but otherwise you can also choose other types of metal that you can use in there. But I prefer using these ones, so I'll use the metal plan and I'll drag it there. So I think we have our metal sort of added to the cube. So I'm going to go in the texture mode and try to scale it down a bit, to something like that, maybe a bit more. Scale it down. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go to the texture properties and then go ahead and say cubic. Then let me just scale it back. Scale it back to something like that. Okay, cool. And then let's see. Switch back to the object mode. And there we have a cube sort of looking good. And I'm just going to take a look around and see that everything is in order. So I will sort of like, as you can see, the computer has already started to drag. Maybe I'm just going to deactivate the cloner. So next is to check out there. Maybe go to the yeah, there, select that, and maybe even scale it. Cube, spline. What's going on there? Scale. Alright, okay, scale. Then I'll just scale it up. Wow, this thing is wow. Wow, it's taking time. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, anyway, you have an idea. Let's try to hit it. Let's just try to hit render and see what is going on there. There we go. We have our sort of textured thing going on there. Okay. Okay, fine. So the next part is to go ahead and add some scratches, and I'm going to use something that you need again to purchase, and that's the Grayscale Gorilla texture pack. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to go ahead in the Rob Redman, is it? I think so. Then I'm going to select some scratches that I think I have seen here, some nice scratches, and then I'll drop them to the that as well. Then I'll come back here, and then scratches I'm going to maybe try and I don't know, scale them down as well. Okay, just something like that. Then go to my camera view, do something like that, and maybe scale them more, maybe a bit more scale, and scale. Okay, cool. Let's try and hit render and see what is going on there. Okay, some sort of scratch going on there. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's alright. Okay, so the next thing is to go ahead, and I think that's good. That's good. Alright, that's okay. Alright, allow me to pause this one right here and continue in the last step of our tutorial.